What's up, everybody? It's Jack and Dan.
And today we're going to do a 2-month update on our princess tank.
Yeah, actually about 2.5 months ago, we just kind of got busy here. We were on vacation and stuff like that. Before we left, we did a video on this little kind of bamboo planter that we turned it into a princess tank for female bettas. It's kind of a centerpiece in the middle of our little rec table here. And if you haven't seen that video, we'll certainly put a link in the description to check it out. So at this point in time, it's been completely set up with all the fish and everything. So it's been about 2.5 months since that video, about 4.5 months since we kind of started this whole thing, right? Mm-hmm. What we're going to do is we're going to flip it around. We're going to kind of update you guys on what's going on with it and probably feed them a little bit. And then, of course, we got George and Lacey here to make an appearance. You can hear her huffing in the background because she hears something she doesn't like. Lacey, you going to help out with the video today? She's like, no, she's obsessed with the noises outside. She's just by the door. There was a pretty big storm this morning. We've had a lot of storms lately, but the sun did finally come out, and it's cool. And it is really cool when the sun comes into this room, especially in the morning. It really accents this tank. The sun kind of comes through it. Sometimes we come in here and eat breakfast. It's really kind of cool to have that, isn't it? Like the natural light coming in.
It shows everything. Right?
It really beams through it.
It gives the bamboo light and stuff, too.
Yeah. And George is kind of hiding over here. George doesn't like the storms. You okay, George? He's like, I'm going to wait under here for Mommy to come home. It's okay, man. You don't have to help. He might come out in a minute. Lacey just will take anything on. She'll take on a hurricane, right? Anyway, this tank, we did a video on it, like we said, a couple months ago. We just want to do an update. Now, you'll notice we did a video a little bit ago, probably a month or so ago, with the Betta tanks where we put that big, huge piece of bamboo that was in there. We put it over here. It did not like the soil in here. It didn't do well. It kind of turned yellow. When we came home from our vacation, it kind of clouded up the water a little bit. That's why it's still a little bit cloudy, but it's starting to clear up finally and everything. We nipped the tops off. It was a different piece of bamboo. It had a lot of tops. We nipped the tops off and put those in the Avatar Angel tank, which we will probably show in a future video, but we just pulled it out. It just didn't like it in here. Other than that, all the other bamboo we initially had in here is doing fantastic. There was no issues of anything. We did have a small loss, though, over our vacation. We came home, though, and the one, was it the mustard gas one? There was like blue and yellow. She did pass away. We kind of thought with a 3-foot tank like this and 4 female bettas that they would be okay. However, we don't really know what the reason was. It could have been the water with the bamboo, the other piece or whatever. It could have been that they fought. These 3 seem to get along fairly good, and there are a lot of hiding places. And they didn't ever really seem to pick on any one. The little mustard gas one kind of hung out in this bamboo bridge here. Oh, there's one of the autosynclists kind of freaking out because I just scared him. Sorry, buddy. There's about 3 or 4 autosynclists in here. They kind of hide and stuff and go through things. But anyway, she kind of hid in that one. And then, so we're left with basically the red, white, and blue ones. And they are doing good. They have all grown over the last couple months. They're nice and fat and happy. They eat very well. Actually, if you want to put some food in, buddy, we'll kind of show how. I'm going to sit right here in front of the tank while you put that in. They're pretty aggressive in eating. you can see as soon as they see Jack coming, they go right for it, man. Put a couple more in here for this blue guy. She came over here. She's pretty aggressive too, man. She really, look at that. She gets up in there. I'm going to back up a little bit, focus a little better. She's a really nice blue. Sometimes these blue ones do have a little bit of a stripe. Her stripe is pretty faint. The red one has a nice little green to her. And of course, the white one is pretty much just all white. She's probably the biggest, and she doesn't really pick on the other ones. She's kind of the policewoman of the situation.
She kind of splits up the fights.
Yeah, if they are fighting, she seems to kind of split them up. But we did a few shorts kind of showing them eating and everything. Anyway, it's not uncommon if you have some sort of princess tank like this. Some people call it a sorority tank. We call it a princess tank, female bettas. It's not uncommon that, they would fight or you might perhaps have a loss. We didn't think that we would, but one of these young ladies did unfortunately pass away. The other 3 seem to be getting along pretty good. The red one has kind of taken over where the mustard young lady was and lives in this little moss bridge thing, and that moss is growing pretty cool, by the way. Check that out. We might have to clip that. And then the white one has a tendency to go into this thing here. She likes this little hut. She'll sometimes go all the way up into the top. Sometimes she'll go in the middle here. The red one usually hangs out on this little bridge. However, sometimes the red and the white one both hang out in here. Like the white one will go in the top and the red one will go in the bottom. But they all had hiding places, all 4 of them. And again, they seem to get along pretty well. So we're not exactly sure what happened, but when we came back from vacation, she was dead. There are still quite a few autosynclists in here. This is the one that tends to hang out a lot. Some of the other ones do kind of hide and stuff. Now, we did have some other new additions, too. We did a few shorts that we're going to kind of upload here that you'll see. We tried to get some footage of these guys. What are these guys called? Rabbit snails, right? Yeah. Although some people, like you, call them what?
Elephant snails.
Elephants.
I think they look a little bit more like elephants.
Yeah. They kind of use the name
like
interchangeably.
I mean, close up they have like a trunk and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
Some people think they look like rabbits. Some people think they look like elephants. They are hard to get close-ups of because the ones that we got, they had kind of a deal on these, and they were, so it's like a black shell, and they have black skin, kind of, and then there's like white dots. And we got 4 of these guys. Somebody had them and gave us a really good deal on them, and you can see that they had a bit of a calcium deficiency. We do take little bits of the bone from our turtles. We do use cuttlefish bone in our turtle tanks, and we do take little pieces and kind of drop them in here, and they do eat them. So we're hoping, it looks like for some of these guys, they have been in here for about, a month and a half now, that some of their shells are kind of, growing off and repairing, but some of them are pretty bad. So we'll see kind of what happens. Hopefully they'll get fixed. These guys aren't incredibly huge, but they are about the size of the beta. Some of them are even bigger, and they do a great job. It's just that it's hard to really kind of see their faces. They do have faces and heads that some people think look like a rabbit. Some people think they look like an elephant. But you can see they tug this huge shell around with them, and they do a great job going around this tank. Since we've put them in here, remember those gall wasp things we talked about that were in this gravel from the gall wasps last year, and those little black kind of balls that were all mixed in here because this was outside of the patio set. Since we put them in here, we've had about 30 of those balls kind of break loose because they kind of do dig through the substrate, kind of like a lot of snails like this, Malaysian trumpet and other types of snails that, have this kind of a body shape do tend to dig. And so if you see this gravel, you can tell they're really doing a phenomenal job of working through it. The reason that they're all over here is because I put a little algae pellet over here. So they're all kind of over there kind of working on that. And then, again, they really dig through here. They eat the algae. Even when the water like evaporates a little bit and you get like a calcium kind of lime buildup, they even come up and they kind of eat some of that. So they do a great job. There's the blue one more in the light. You can see how blue she is. Isn't she phenomenal, man? Look at her.
She's cool. Yeah, she's my favorite one.
She's a beauty. I would have to say I really like the white one just because she's so neat.
She's not really an instigator.
Yeah. She's just bigger, and she's really neat. She's very receptive. When you have the camera, or if you're over here, she comes right to the glass, makes eye contact. This red one is really cool, but again, she's a bit of an instigator. She does have the green on her as well. And, but like I said, this white one tends to kind of keep everybody under wraps. It's too bad that the mustard one died, but again, there's many people who have tried sorority and princess type of tanks, and we thought with this size 4 would be okay. Fortunately, the other 3 are living and getting along fine. The autosynclists, the new rabbit snails are doing good. I think there's another rabbit snail. There's 4 total. I think it's only 3 over there, isn't it? Where's the other one at? Oh, nope.
The other ones are over there, I
think. Is it with them? Oh, here it is. This is the other one. So we do have 4 of them total right there, kind of hanging out. And again, you can see they get pretty aggressive. They really dig through this gravel. Again, we did a few shorts where we kind of show them moving the gravel around and stuff like that. And this gravel just is doing phenomenal. Look at that. It's just beautiful. Very, very little maintenance of this. We kind of basically just top it off. We kind of clean the top glass a little bit, which you can tell it's kind of evaporated and things. But these ladies are doing fantastic. So just kind of want to do a little update. We're totally digging these rabbit snails. Sometimes when you're sitting right over here And, you know, they'll come up and they'll kind of open up and come out of their shell a little more, and you'll see them a little more, and they do move pretty quick a lot of times. This is the little silicone area where this used to be like a drain hole, because this was used for something different. We used it for an aqua cave, but you know, again, we basically just took a piece of plastic and some silicone, plugged it up. So again, we'll kind of show the video, put it in the description if you didn't see it, but this is a 3-foot long tank. I think it's 9 inches wide and 10 inches tall, something like that. It's a really cool tank. It's this guy from Aquamax that we got, and we have some other tanks from them that we've got, and it's, you know, rimless and everything, so it looks kind of fancy, and people just seem to really like it. The bamboo is doing really good. If any kind of little pieces do rot or fall off, the snails and the autocinklers seem to just eat them. And if we notice them eating something like that, I think there was a little piece over here that I noticed the other day. Let me see that. Oh yeah, right here. So there's like one that kind of fell off there. And if we notice them eating that, we just don't really put any algae things in so that they kind of finish it. Instead of taking it out, I mean, it's just free food, you know? So how do you think how this thing's been going and everything? I mean, it's pretty cool right in the middle of the table, isn't it?
I think it's cool because, you know, it's the only tank we have that's like no filter, no nothing, no heater. So I think it's cool that it's just its own ecosystem and everything.
Yeah, it's just a little one of these kind of biosphere kind of things. Oh, there she is, spreading everything open there.
It's just its own thing.
Yeah. The nice part is there is a ceiling fan in here, and so if it does kind of get hot, we just turn it up. So a lot of people use fans to cool down their tanks. You know, with the sun coming in here in the morning, it's not too warm, but if it is a hot day, and let's say we have things open, and let's say the sun's kind of beaming in, which it only does to a certain hour because of where this room's situated, we can turn this ceiling fan on. The only thing is it does cause, you know, more evaporation, and we just have to top it off. But other than that, there's really been no issue. It's really fun. And you decided, especially since we're doing this video on July 4th, we're releasing it on July 4th, we're just going to name these ladies what?
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah, red, white, and blue. How patriotic of you, Jack. Look at that. They're super neat, aren't they? And they just love the attention. They come right toward you. It's kind of neat when you're eating breakfast over here or something like that they give you tons of attention. And the wieners don't even know this is up here. This is one tank they don't really pay much attention to, right? And then some people saw these in a past video, these little guys here. Pamela got these. We thought this would be fun to show in the video. Yeah. George is not in the mood today. He is scared from the storm, and he's waiting for mommy. But this is something... Pamela got these 2 little wind-up wiener hot dogs,
yeah,
right?
She goes a little crazy over this, so can we...
Yeah, where's she at? Oh, there she is.
Yeah, let's,
Lace, look. Look, it's your little wiener dog toy. She's like, nah, it did it to me before.
She's scared.
Yeah, she's here. She's waiting for Pamela to come home, so she knows she's coming home. But these things are cute, aren't they?
Over it
yeah. These little toys here. She's kind of funny. Like sometimes
she like little stuff though.
She likes big, huge toys. Sometimes she likes toys. Sometimes she doesn't. Hey, how do you like your little wind-up guy? You want to try it? Look. She either loves a toy or she hates it and wants to kill it. Yeah. It's a little wiener dog like you. Look at the growl. She has such a deep growl. You're so intimidating. But then she has her ears up like she's playing. Yeah. You're so silly. Look. Do you want it? Anyway, okay. All right. Go by George and comfort him. He's annoyed from the storm, okay? But we always like when the wieners make a cameo, and everybody likes that, so we want to say hi to them. There's Lacey. There's George. He's going back over there. He's like, oh, false alarm. I thought Mommy was here. You made her think Mommy was here. She's not, okay? She likes this tank, but she likes the beach tank because that's the one that's closest to the floor. So they always go over there and they kind of watch that one with the guppies. We'll do a follow-up on that soon because the guppies had babies and everything like that, but we just wanted to kind of do a follow-up on this. No filter, no heater, no really maintenance, no water changes. We just kind of top it off. There's so much bamboo in here, it just kind of takes the nitrates out and everything. And of course, there's moss. And yeah, so it's been total since this project was started about 4.5 months. We added the autos after a month. We added the fish after another month. And now it's been 2.5 months with everybody in here. And about, so 4.5 months total. And the snails we put in a little bit before we left for Atlantic City. So far, other than that one unfortunate loss, there has not been really any issues. Oh, there, she's getting a little testy there and throwing up her stuff. Aren't you? That green's nice when she opens up, though, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, there's the update, guys. If you get a chance to ever do a tank like this, and lots of people do, instead of bamboo, they just do like aquatic plants and everything. We just happen to have a lot of bamboo. We like to use it in a lot of tanks. It's super hardy. It's super easy. And it kind of gives it that, you know, really cool look coming out of the water. And it just does so well. So a couple inches of topsoil, and then, you know, an inch or so of gravel, and some bamboo, and it's just doing phenomenal. Super fun, and it kind of matches the whole theme of the table and everything, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, thanks, Lacey, for making a cameo, and thanks, George. Tell everybody bye. He's like, I'm waiting for Mommy. I don't care about your stupid video. I don't care about your video or fish. I'm waiting for Mommy. So thanks, guys, for watching, and check out all the links and everything and all our playlists, and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for future notifications. We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye-bye.